time, we are hearing some of the evidence that helped investigators break a crack cocaine ring in Omaha.
They arrested 13 high-level gang operatives in Operation Purple Haze. Prosecutors tell us wiretaps helped them make the case.
It's KETV News Watch 7 I-Team exclusive. Investigator David Earl on the phone calls that cracked the conspiracy.
For 9 months, investigators patrolled the streets of Omaha and listened to drug deals taking place.
I'm about to go arrest this little cake right now.
You're hearing the wiretapped conversations of Omaha's crack dealers. They talk in code. Listen for the word shoe.
I'm about to see one of these last little few. So I can go get that together, huh? Yeah, but I'll come and grab how many with it? 3.
When FBI Special Agent Kevin Hytrek hears that, the reference to a shoe, he knows a drug deal is about to happen.
First of all, you know, most people buy 2 shoes together, but he's talking about a shoe, and then he talks about a quantity of the shoe. So right there, you realize that there's something.
The wiretaps, part of Operation Purple Haze, a sweeping investigation that dismantled a drug operation in Omaha. The recordings have proven key pieces of evidence in the courtroom, helping prosecutors put more than a dozen known gang members in prison.
This is real time. This is when it's happening. It's when it's occurring. It's part of the process, the criminal act itself.
For example, in Purple Haze, a drug takedown operation coordinated by the FBI task force with local law enforcement, hundreds of hours of phone calls led to solid surveillance of people buying crack. The wiretaps produced a list of suspected dealers and provided investigators with rare and valuable intelligence. 2 rival street gangs were working together to sell drugs in Omaha.
That was a surprise to us, yeah. And that came out. That's not something that we knew about at the very beginning of the investigation. That was something that we learned about through the wiretap.
That kind of success has law enforcement running through this revolving door, asking for wiretap warrants at an unprecedented pace. And even though the demand is high, judges aren't handing them out like candy.
Even if we have probable cause, if we just can't get a wiretap, we have to show that other investigative techniques, other manners that the police or law enforcement normally uses in the course of an investigation have been exhausted.
Basically, we're told the wiretap is a tool of last resort, hoping to catch criminals in the act. Prosecutor Jeff Lux, who took Purple Haze to trial, knows the wiretaps need to deliver.
If you can't give the judge examples of what you thought you should be intercepting, the judge has the authority to shut that wire down early, and that's to protect the rights of the people.
This is a covert action by law enforcement for the sole purpose of gathering information to prosecute you. And that, I think, is an affront to the Constitution.
Jessica Douglas was a defense attorney in Purple Haze. She says there are serious Fourth Amendment consequences from wiretaps. And even though there are instructions to police on what they can and cannot listen to, like calls to an attorney, some of those privileged conversations still get caught.
You can't unhear what you've heard. So even if all the safeguards are being followed and the live listeners say, oh wait, this is an attorney call, they've already heard what's been said. You can't unhear that.
More often than not for prosecutors, the wiretaps pay off. And Deputy County Attorney Jim Masteller, who also tried the Purple Haze case, says success is almost certain when he plays this evidence for a jury.
You can't get better evidence than that.
Faced with peers hearing their calls, all of those arrested took plea deals. Only one defendant, Darnell Russell, tried his luck with the jury.
I don't see how you want to do this.
It took them less than 2 hours to find him guilty. For the I-Team in Omaha, David Earl, KETV News Watch 7.
And a judge will sentence Darnell Russell in December. He faces 20 to life. All the other defendants in this case are already in prison, serving collectively about 80 to 120 years.
More